got this movement started in 2014, but the idea came about when Julie's Biscuit wanted to talk about some of the values it wants to have within its own company. And when we realized that a lot of the values are values that everyone wants to have, we decided to make this a social movement. We started with a question, who is the best of you? In hopes that people could share their stories of appreciation. Because we believe that everyone has the best of themselves, and sometimes those stories are not heard, and we want those stories to be heard. So I think one of the most important values is just appreciation. I think a lot of people want to appreciate things, appreciate moments in their life, appreciate the people in their life, but it's hard to do. When push comes to shove, a lot of people don't do it. I think partly because there is something implicit within the Asian culture that, there's a lot of reservation and actually saying appreciative things to your friends, to your colleagues, to your family, these sorts of things. And I think when we really think about it, we really do want to talk about the things that we appreciate. And I think when we had these discussions internally, I think one of the most important things is that this movement's for everybody. Just like biscuits are for everybody. What we care about, what our values are, it's not just exclusive to us. It's exclusive. It's everybody's. Yes, this movement was deeply personal as well. I'm never one who looks back at my own work and actually say, hey, good job. In the past, I'd always think that what I did in the past was never good enough. So when I move forward, I'll pretty much discount everything I did. But at one point in my master's degree where it became increasingly challenging to complete it, one of the most important things and most energetic things, right, was to actually look back at what I've done, take stock of some of the accomplishments, and that gave me energy. So that was, I think, part of the seed, or part of the driving force for this movement. Interesting moments. You know what? This year we went into many schools to do a lot of drama performances. One of the most interesting or shocking to me was that a lot of students wrote little postcards that were just beautiful, magnificent. And it's just, some of them thanking the cleaners, thanking the security guards, and saying that you've done so much for us, keeping us safe, keeping our place, keeping our environment hospitable. I think that's beautiful, and that's something that we really should promote more of. I can't say a favorite one because there are just so many. I do like one that's really touched my heart. Again, this came from a postcard that was written in a mini exhibition at a mall event we had this year. It was one about his brother waiting for, a young man waiting for his brother to come out of prison. And he said that he'll always treat him like his brother, and he'll never forget the kindness in the past, even though he's in prison right now. And he can't wait for him to come back. I don't know, that's just so hard to say. What we're doing right, I think that this generation is actually one of the most socially active and socially attuned generation, because there's so many channels to actually find out about news and different types of events and issues. So I think one of the things that we're doing right is that a lot of young people, and what has came through in the exhibition is that a lot of young people have joined community organizations to give their gift back to society. And it's not just towards the old generation, but towards social causes that actually makes a lot of sense for the world and a lot of sense for the community. And I think we need more of that, because that helps people understand social issues in a first-hand kind of experience. I don't think there's anything that we're doing poorly of in particular. I think one of the things that we need to really think about is think about what our social ends are, what our social goals are as well. I mean, there's a lot of, at least in this region, there's a lot of talk about making sure that we're economically viable, but you can't really have a conversation about things being economically viable if we don't talk about things being socially just. We want to make sure that the people who are marginalized get an opportunity to talk about their lives as well, and we appreciate those different perspectives of people living different lives. And to be a more inclusive society, I think these kinds of stories, these kinds of appreciative stories, right, are very important just to make us aware of each other better. Things that I would really like to achieve is to try to bring light to things in society or groups in society that have been marginalized or that we don't see much of, or that don't have much of a voice. We like to throw light into some of these groups. We have a member from the Tea Project, and the Tea Project supports people, transgender individuals, to come out to society and be proud of themselves. I think that's a very important cause. And just the very message that they want to be included in society, I think these are the things that we want to create a space where their voices can be heard at the best of the exhibition.